Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Schmeil. This is our MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fair for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors, so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm excited today to interview Parneet Virdi. It's lovely to be here with you.
Thank you, Lorelei.
So
Pleasure.
tell us.
Sorry.
So tell us, what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
Well, I'm a medium. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm a healer as well. So usually my readings consist of using the tarot card. I love using the tarot card because it's so visual and it's visual for the client. Unfortunately, with Zoom these days, it's not so much so easy to do, but the mediumship is definitely my main forte, simply because I do connect with spirit all the time, really. But especially during the reading, I'm bringing through loved ones, to give messages, and also as a guidance tool.
Mhm.
So I've been doing this for many, many years. I've done a lot of psychic fairs over the years. Do a lot of things online now, obviously. I've been participating with the local spiritualist churches here that, I belong to one of them. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia area. So, been participating a lot locally. And that's actually where I got my training, was through the spiritualist church, is, to be able to do platform work, taken a lot of courses through the Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England. So, combination of everything, and I would say experience.
Did you have ways, I imagine, that you were open, you knew you were intuitive, or you were hearing messages or things like that before your training?
Yes, though actually as a child growing up, I think I experienced a lot of paranormal activity. I, was sensing, seeing, feeling, all of those things, especially in my teenage years. I think that's what really jump-started it. I was living in this house growing up, and I was actually kind of freaky because I would always hear people when there was nobody home. So that was my first step into it. Plus, I've had a very strong, sense of things, right and wrong. I'm always, using my gut quite a bit throughout the years. I think what really jump-started me into this, although I had a very keen interest in tarot cards and, wanting to learn how to read them, and I used to practice with my friends. I think what really jump-started the mediumship was around the time that my father passed. It's been about 21 years now. And this feeling that I needed to connect with him. And I think that that's what really drove me towards the mediumship side, was, how to communicate with spirit, how to know that they're actually there. So that's where the training came in, was to fine tune all of that. And because of all the learnings that I've done, I've also now been able to teach. So in the last 10 years, I've been actually running my own development classes, teaching people how to tap into their own abilities.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So when people come to you for sessions, how do you choose? Like, sometimes they want to connect with a loved one, and then it's pretty clear you're going to be doing mediumship. But like, how do you integrate the different pieces? How do you know when to integrate them? And yeah, tell us a little about that.
Well, I kind of keep it open. I don't, sometimes I ask, are you looking for something in particular? Or sometimes people just want a general reading. So I give them the whole gamut. Simply, it's okay, I'm going to say what's going on in your life right now. And then, if you're open to receiving messages, because nobody really says no. They're open to it, unless they're specifically, wanting something to do with career or family or life. Um, it's one of those things you really don't have to ask. I think people are just open and they're just looking for guidance, whichever way it comes. And I'm very careful about the mediumship part, because it can open up a lot of, emotions that maybe not, it's not necessary at that time. So I have to really feel the person out when I'm giving a reading, because, I don't want to jump into that unless I feel like that's going to be beneficial for them. And I've never had a problem doing that. So, like I said, if somebody wants to do a specific mediumship reading, I will concentrate only on that. But if somebody says, well, I kind of want to know this area of my life too, then I'll incorporate the two. And since I've been doing it for so long, it's very easy and it's just very seamless for me to do that.
Great, great. And let's see, you said mediumship and tarot, and what were the other things that you mix in?
Healing. So I've done a lot of what I call trance healing, which, I haven't done much online with that, but it can be done just as easily as anything else. So what trance healing is, because I work so closely with the spirit world, I work with my spirit guides and the healing guides as well. It was just this natural ability to be able to, send out healing energies. And I felt it as for myself. And that's where it all started. Was I actually healed my carpal tunnel one time without even realizing I was doing anything. And that kind of started the whole, okay, the healing is important, but I'm not going to take a Reiki training or anything like that to do this. I want to just rely on spiritual guidance with that. And I was able to actually work on a few people over the past, and that kind of, reinforced that. So I do have clients that come to me strictly for the healing, and basically it's like Reiki or any kind of energy healing. It really is, when I say trance, it's because I actually go into a trance state and let the guides work through me. And so whatever is needed is basically what it is. I'm not using any kind of a formula. It's just what's going to work for that particular person. And also, I wanted to add to that, that actually opens up a lot of other things. I get a lot of past life information as well when I'm doing these kinds of sessions. All of a sudden, if you have a pain in the neck or something, I'm actually being shown that it's actually from another lifetime that's been, in there. So now I have to do that energetic clearing of that. So I get a lot more information than just, healing. It's a whole process, and sometimes it's amazing what comes out of it.
Yeah,
So
wow.
yes, those are my three things. But I love teaching development. I can tell you right now, I'm happy to teach, and I have been teaching a lot of online courses in this last little while, which has been really amazing. And also, I like to learn. I like to learn. So I've taken courses as well through other mediums, just so that, you can never know it all, as they say.
That's great. That's great. If people want to connect with you, learn more about you, where do they go on the web?
Well, I have my own website. It's just parneet.ca, so www.parneet.ca. My email address is parneetmedium@gmail.com.
Great. And I want to spell that for everybody. That's PARNEET.
Yeah, medium@gmail.com and parneet.ca. Very simple. Even if you just type in Google in Parneet Medium, somewhere you'll find it. I have been able to find myself. Because I'm in the British Columbia. We're on the same time zone as Seattle and Washington and Oregon. So, that's why I was actually quite thrilled about all of this, is that I didn't have to sit there and try to figure out, time difference, because that can get confusing at times too. Yes, and at some point it'd be lovely to see people in person in a fair setting, and I'm definitely open to that. So hopefully
that's great.
That
it would be tremendously exciting for me to run something in British Columbia too. So who knows?
That would be great. We can definitely look into that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. It's lovely hearing about all that you do, and I'm excited for more people to experience your work. And
thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it.
You're very welcome. And for all of you listening and watching, you can find out more about Parneet and all of our events at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.